Hello everyone, it's me Tamit here. Hope you guys are doing really well. I'm doing pretty good too. So today I'll be basically reviewing a fragrance from the house of Givenchy. And that's going to be Givenchy's Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. And don't sleep on this, guys. This is a really good fragrance. And here's why. Let's get started. So to start with, I'm gonna take a look at the box first. The box is really simple. There's a slight label to it, a black label to it, all around the box, and it says Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense and stuff like that. Underneath, there's some information and stuff like that. At the back, there's some information written over here, and that's about it. And there's a Givenchy logo engraved up top. I'm not exactly sure if the camera will be able to pick it up, but yeah, that's about it. And there's a Givenchy, you could say almost like a signature type inside the box, so which is kind of nice. And now coming to the bottle itself, the bottle is amazing. Honestly, the bottle is amazing. As you guys can see, it's kind of like you could say a gradient style bottle. It starts off dark from the top and it kind of gets transparent at the bottom, as you guys can see. So yeah, and the cap is black in color, and I love the clicking mechanism of the cap. So I'm just gonna show you that much. At the bottom there is some engravings which shows the batch code and whatnot. At the back there is a Givenchy logo. Yeah, and in the front it says Gentleman Givenchy, and that's about it. So the presentation is quite nice. It's quite you could say almost very simplistic yet very classy, almost like you could say gentlemanly, right? So this is how the cap is. The cap is it is plastic, but it does have some weight to it. And there is Givenchy logo engraved up front or on top, so which is kind of nice. And inside the cap there's nothing much. So let me show you the clicking mechanism first. See, feels satisfying. So whenever a cap clicks into place, it just feels so satisfying, like better than magnetic caps in my opinion. So let's give it a spray. Let's spray it and let's see how it sprays. As you guys can see, it shoots pretty well. The sprayer is quite nice. And now let me talk about this one. Like in my intro, you probably have heard like don't sleep on this, and here's why. So if you like Cardamom Intense and if you like La Nuit de l'Homme from YSL, like mix it together, you get this. Imagine like both of like two of the like amazing fragrance that you can find, and you mix it and you will get this one. So it's pretty good, honestly. And I'm pretty sad about the fact that it doesn't get that much talked about in the community. I don't know why. Like the main talking point of the Givenchy Gentleman line in our community is basically the Reserve Privé one and the Gentleman EDP one. Nobody talks about this. This is really nice. So as I just mentioned, this is basically Cardamom mixed with La Nuit de l'Homme. So at the opening you will get kind of a mixture with La Nuit de l'Homme and Cardamom, and then the more it goes into the dry down, it starts becoming you could say more into the Prada L'Homme side of things. And now you might be wondering, Prada L'Homme, so does it have iris? Yes, it does. It does have iris, which is a nice thing. And like before, honestly, at first when I looked at the note breakdown in Fragrantica, like long before, the top note had basil in it, and I usually I'm a huge fan of the basil note because it kind of feels very spicy, green. It's kind of off-putting in a way. But man, when I tried this, it kind of changed my perception. I mean, the basil, I mean, I don't feel basil is in here, but it does have a slight bit of tinge bit of spiciness, which kind of is required in this fragrance. Otherwise it would just become like too flat in my opinion. So it kind of gives that excitement touch to it, slight tad bit of spiciness to it. So there goes that. Now coming to the smell itself. Now it starts off with cardamom. Yep, La Nuit de l'Homme. Obviously, you're gonna have that cardamom. You're gonna have that sweet cardamom to it, and not a woody cardamom, but a sweet cardamom, as I just mentioned, similar to La Nuit de l'Homme, with slight bit of bergamot. Now, the bergamot, it actually adds freshness. The bergamot here almost feels like violet leaf. It gives slight bit of freshness to the cardamom itself and to the iris itself. So the moment you're gonna spray, you're gonna get that fresh bit of iris, similar to Prada L'Homme, and you're gonna get that cardamom, which is similar to La Nuit de l'Homme. And the bergamot, as I just mentioned, gives a more like a fresh touch to that iris and the cardamom. So it kind of, you know, makes it go in the Prada L'Homme direction as well as in the YSL La Nuit de l'Homme direction. And as I just mentioned, there's gonna be slight tinge of spiciness for, like, you know, 7 to 8 seconds at best. At best, 7 to 8 seconds upon initial spray. So that's mostly about it. So now, as the fragrance progresses into its mid and to its dry down, you're gonna be seeing that cardamom slowly, you know, going away, slowly fading away. The bergamot also fades away. When the bergamot actually fades away, the fresh iris actually starts becoming a bit more creamier. And like what I found is that there's tonka bean in this fragrance, right? And due to this tonka bean, it kind of, you know, makes the cardamom smell like La Nuit de l'Homme, plus on the opening, and plus it kind of makes that iris more creamier at the base. So the more you go into the base, it's gonna turn into, like, you know, a slight woody. It's gonna turn into like slight, you could say, type of a woody fragrance, slight, and you're gonna get huge loads of that creamy iris, powdery goodness. I mean, wow. And obviously, I do want to mention something alongside with that iris. You're definitely gonna get some aromatic touches to it. And now, normally, what I found over here is I did detect slight bit of lavender from here, even though I'm not exactly sure if it's listed in notes or something like that, but I'm not exactly sure. But I did find a slight bit of lavender-ish qualities to this one, which kind of, you know, it kind of gives you know, sort of like a friendliness side to it. It doesn't make things too lipsticky, or it doesn't make things, you know, too powdery or too creamy of an iris, or, you know, like just how you could say how La Nuit de l'Homme comes across. La Nuit de l'Homme, yeah, it's an like you could say it's a sweet cardamom, sort of tonka bean kind of that scent, but it does have some aromatic facets to it, right? Similar with this one. As I just mentioned, I do detect lavender from it. So yeah, there goes the smell. Now, coming to the longevity side of things and whatnot. So longevity, it did impress me a lot. Like being an EDT Intense, or you could say almost like equivalent to Eau de Parfum, almost slight, you know, dialed back, but it's okay. You could say, you could almost say it's an Eau de Parfum concentration, almost. So there goes that. Now the longevity on my clothes, on skin, it probably will vary from person to person, but on my clothes, I was surprised. I was really surprised. I mean, I got till the next day. I got whiffs till the next day. Obviously, the whiffs were not as strong, but I got whiffs till the next day, man. This is it surprised me. It surprised me. I wasn't expecting so much out from this one. And then now coming to the projection side of things, I mean, it says gentleman, right? So the projection is going to be a bit gentlemanly. Let's just say it's not gonna be, you know, super loud on your face and stuff like that. It will be more on the gentle side of things. The projection is almost similar to you could say Prada L'Homme if you would overspray it, but definitely it is kind of a bit stronger than Prada L'Homme. It's not as weak, but I'm just saying, if you know how Prada L'Homme kind of projects, just imagine that projection dialed a bit up, and you will basically get an idea of how this one projects. So it did project very gentlemanly for around an hour and a half. For first 30 minutes, it is definitely gonna project like, you know, 3 to 4 feet. Like people walking by you or around you would definitely smell it, and then the next hour it would just, you know, keep a 2 feet projection, so which is kind of nice. And after it, it kind of dials down, and after like 2 hours, it kind of dials itself down to just this amount of scent bubble. And I usually go a bit heavy, so with this I went about 8 on my clothes and dual shots everywhere, so it was kind of nice to see this stick around in my clothes till the next day. So I'm pretty happy about it. Now, coming to the versatility of things, honestly, this is something that you can wear casually. You can wear this on dates, you can wear this on hangouts, you can wear this uh, to the gym. No, not to the gym, man. Not to the gym. I think it would be a bit too powdery for the gym. But to the office, I mean, for date during the day, I mean, probably everywhere apart from parties, as in like big gatherings, weddings and stuff like that, where kind of you have to stand out, or you kind of have to uh, have to have your fragrance kind of sort of project, right? So that other people don't kill your scent of the day. So this is more like onto those one-to-one situations, or you're having a group of friends, let's just say 3 to 4 friends, coming over to your house, or hanging out. I think this would be a very good fragrance to wear. And in terms of seasons, winter or cold nights, or cold summer nights. Summer nights are not cold, but you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, during colder temperatures, this would shine. So yeah, that's about it for the versatility side of things, the seasons. And now, if I have to talk about the age demographic of this one, honestly, I think, or what I feel like, um, for this one, like, all age um, is suitable to wear this type of fragrance, but this fragrance won't suit people of all ages. Like, it's difficult for me to explain. Like even an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old will be able to rock this fragrance, but this fragrance won't suit that 17-year-old. Get what I'm saying, right? So if you're, let's say like you could say you could say an employee, or you're doing a business or some sort. You were over, let's say, 25, 27. This would suit you perfectly. And you like love to dress up, in your suit, tie or shirt, trousers and stuff like that, nicely. I think this is something that you need to look into. And also, this would be a perfect replacement, I'm saying replacement, for Prada L'Homme. As you guys have probably heard, Prada L'Homme is probably discontinued. I mean, I'm hearing it, but I'm not exactly sure if Prada L'Homme is discontinued, the EDT version. But if it is, looking at this one, this is like cheaper than Prada L'Homme EDT. Obviously, it doesn't have the summer versatility to it, but I mean, if you want to use it in the winter, I mean, come on, it's one of the best. And I mean, it kind of flew under the radar. I don't know why a lot of people didn't pick up on this one, but yeah, it is something like worth having. Prada L'Homme and La Nuit de l'Homme mixed. But now I'm gonna give a huge thanks to Alif Al Fattah. He's a brother in our community, a very kind man, and he actually gave me this fragrance to review. And if you want, decants of this fragrance to try it, uh, this is an amazing fragrance. You can actually hit him up, or you can actually follow his page. I think it's called Perfume Afford. So you can actually text him to get this one, to get a decants of it. Man, I like it, and I will definitely thank you, Alif, once again, because I'll be definitely buying it. I'll be buying a full bottle. So thank you, Alif, and yeah, that's about it from my end. Hope to see you on the next one then. Bye bye, guys. Take care.